I regret raising my siblings. My mom went to federal prison when I was 17. She had been in and out of county jail for my entire childhood. Never drugs or prostitution. It was always retail theft, bad checks, etc. She had 6 children to 5 different men. 3 boys, then 2 girls, and then 1 boy. I'm the oldest child and she had me when she was almost 19. My youngest brother is 15 years younger than me. She committed mortgage bank fraud and did almost 8 years in the feds. My grandma helped us but died when I was 20 years old, and she was also convicted of conspiracy for not cooperating against my mother and did 9 months in a federal prison. She died 9 months later after her release. No other family to speak of that would help. I was able to gain full guardianship of my 2 brothers closest to me in age and one of my sisters. I maintained that guardianship for each of them until they were 18. My sister, however, was able to live with my mother for most of her teens because my mother was released by that time. My brothers, however, were over 18 or almost over 18 when she came home. For anonymity's sake, we'll call my brothers A and B and my sister C. My brother A is alive and well. He is employed, married to a nurse, owns a home and has 2 children. Brother A sounds great, but there's a reason for my regret. Brother B is deceased. He was killed when he was 19 in 2016 by gunfire in a setup. He was killed by someone he called a friend who'd lured him there to sell him some weed. He had a girlfriend who was 5 months pregnant. She had the baby, my nephew. Brother A got Brother B's baby's mom pregnant a year and a half later, which gave me another nephew. Obviously, this did not go over well. Brother A was never in a relationship with her, nor did he intend to date her. Brother A didn't play a part in his child's life for the first year because of his wife, then girlfriend, and her disdain for the baby. Brother A was on drugs bad and very much lost in life. I was able to get him into rehab, and since he's gotten out of rehab, he's slowly cut off his family because his wife forces him to. Brother A even tried to have our nephew from our deceased brother and his son separated unless 2 adults were present. Brother A's wife and my wife do not get along. Mainly because his wife is from a privileged background and we are not. There's a culture clash and a judgmental feeling in the air during every interaction. This is not just with my wife. Brother A's wife has this issue with our entire family. Our family still tried to love and accept her. However, she isn't interested. Brother A and his wife have a daughter. My family isn't allowed to know her. He can't stop us knowing his son because his son's mother, remember she has a kid to our deceased brother too, is like a sister to my family. Which only makes the situation worse. Brother A was well aware of all of this and acted as if she was a sister to him as well, but clearly he wanted more. Brother A has made up disgusting things about our deceased brother's 6-year-old son and had his lawyer put it in writing in an attempt to separate his son and nephew. Sister C is 18. She has a speech problem and is on the spectrum. However, she refuses to admit this as an adult. She does not work. She got her diploma online during COVID and cheated. She had Brother A's wife do all of the work for her. She got pregnant at 17. We did not find out about the father until well into her pregnancy. Sister C continually lied about her child's father's age. She gave multiple ages and names. Finally, we found out he is the same age as me. 14 years older than my sister, in his 30s. She had the baby and within a month had a new boyfriend. She moved in with him. We had a major falling out over her lifestyle, her taking a newborn to a man's house she barely knows, etc. Sister C was involved in an incident between my other sister, herself and my mother-in-law in which the police were called. This incident resulted in Sister C messaging me demanding I pay for her phone to be fixed. She had already gotten the front paid for and fixed by someone else. She was demanding I fix the back of her phone. When I refused, she tried to guilt me by saying I didn't care about my niece. She would miss doctor appointments, etc. because of this. Meanwhile, it was the back of her phone and she was literally communicating with me on her phone. Sister C told me she knows more about being a parent because she has a baby and I don't have children of my own. Something you created, in her words. So my 2 current stepsons who I've raised for the past 6 years, they don't count because they're not my blood. My siblings, including her, who I struggled to provide for and raise, don't count because they're not my biological children. So I raised 3 kids. 1 is dead. The other 2, I don't even speak to. Honestly, the disappointment they fill me with has me hurt beyond belief. I find myself crying when my wife isn't around or when she's asleep. I'm not ashamed for her to see me cry. I just don't even have anything to say about it anymore. Why was my brother taken? Why is my other brother acting this way toward me and his family? Why is my sister living like this? I raised all of them to be so much better people. I really tried. I was a kid, but I was at every doctor appointment, school meeting, IEP meeting. I worked 7 days a week at 2 jobs. I gave up on going to college so I could work and provide for them. It cost me so much time and effort. I regret not putting that time and effort into myself. I'm not where I want to be in life. I never imagined having a bad relationship with any of my siblings, especially the ones I raised. I feel like such a failure.